Hey, thanks for checking out Tales Less Traveled. The next stop on our cross-country journey is Hawaii, a paradise of the Pacific, where beaches and good vibes flow as smooth as the lava. Join us by the fire as we explore the islands of Hawaii and their Tales Less Traveled.
Travelers, we're back with another episode. Right, Josh?
Is that where we're stepping in? We're stepping in right here?
I'm thinking
All
we're
right,
stepping in.
well, aloha.
Aloha.
How you guys doing?
Hey.
Mahalo. Oh my god, who's rubbing
We're-
my ankle? Oh, it's just you. Okay.
We're we're on episode 2.
Episode 2.
We've made it.
We have come
Haven't been-
so far.
Haven't been canceled yet.
Well,
Fantastic.
jury's still out.
That's the thing about freedom of speech. It's a bitch, isn't it?
You know what? I think we're off on the right.
All right,
foot.
outtake number 53.
What's family in
Ohana.
Ohana?
I learned that from Lilo and Stitch.
I think we all did. I just wanted to re-verify.
All right.
I'm really happy to be in the lovely islands of Hawaii.
Me too.
How many are there, Alex?
There's about 7.
Wow. All right.
See? You thought I
Yeah.
didn't know anything.
What's that in Spanish?
Siete.
What's that in Hawaiian?
Amulua con Hawaii.
I think that might have been racist. But I'm not sure.
I would take 53.
Are we gonna fill people in as to how we picked Hawaii?
Yeah, so you might be wondering how we came up from going from Texas to Hawaii, and maybe why, we might have talked about a part 2 of Texas and why we're in Hawaii now. It might seem a little bit random. And you know what? It is completely random.
Very random.
I just picked a random number generator, and here we are. We're in Hawaii.
Here's what I have to say, though. We have yet to still listen to the part 2 of Texas episode, and I'm really wanting to listen to it.
What part 2 of Texas episode?
Are you serious?
Look, honestly,
haven't done one.
we tried to record a part 2. We ran into some
Josh
technical
is totally gonna
issues.
cut all this out.
Yeah, he is.
It's fine. No, just I'd be upfront, be like, hey, we ran into some technical glitches. Maybe some bits and pieces can make their way back in, but we'll get it back out there. But we want to hit
one day.
We're all about
everything else first.
transparency. Here.
Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I hopped on a cruise line, and that's how I'm here. So I don't know how you guys
We
are
all
here.
we all
Brooke and
travel
I-
separately.
Brooke and
Here's
I
the thing.
sailed here.
I sailed with Greta Thunberg. Now, if you don't know who she is,
AKA with me, too.
did you?
I just said it. You and I both sailed together
Josh,
here.
were you and I on the
Yeah.
same cruise?
No, I grabbed the back of a turtle and he swam me here on
How
the
did-
currents.
On a cruise. There's no cruise with COVID right now.
Yeah. So how did you get on a
We're gonna
cruise?
say that word.
I had my
I'm
own
sorry.
private cruise line.
We're in paradise.
Jerry Jones.
JJ Cruise Line?
So
we don't
how's-
talk about the Cowboys, and
how's
the Cowboys don't have a good season, do we?
How's the sand feel? How about those waves?
San
I just want to let you know, this is my first time flying.
And why'd you laugh?
Yeah, because
They were so nice, and they gave us those little
Lays.
necklaces.
The
I feel
lays.
like, and they said, oh, you got laid, and we all had a good laugh.
It is, currently,
pretty
it's
funny.
warm here, but it feels nice.
It's like 83 degrees right now at night. It's crazy.
So I realize we never addressed it, but these episodes will be coming out twice a month
Okay.
on Thursdays. So if you're listening to this,
Hashtag TL Thursdays.
what I was going to say the date, but I don't know what Thursday's date is going to be. So
It's
alright. I'll let you know.
Thursday is when the PlayStation comes out. It's going to be the 12th.
yeah, so you join this playing your PS5 and listening to us talk about some spooky stories.
This
Or your
Thursday
Xbox.
will be the 12th.
Or your gaming PC.
All right,
Or your
we're-
Nintendo Switch. We're all inclusive here. It's all good.
Thursday
Sure.
the 12th.
Yeah.
Well, Josh is a
And
little biased.
we also have social media. Just want to get that out in the open, nice, crisp, and clear.
Yeah, I'm sure this
wanna
will
run
be the
through
only
that
time it's
stuff?
mentioned this episode.
You want to run through that, Captain, real quick? All of our...
At taleslesstraveled. That is our Instagram. Our email is at taleslesstraveled@gmail.com.
At taleslesstraveled@gmail.com.
And our Facebook is Tales Less Traveled. Twitter is TL Traveled. There you go.
Feel free to say hi.
Send some nice messages.
Or don't, whatever.
It's okay.
If you guys decide to email, I'll probably be the one replying back.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
We'll
Just
talk.
maybe.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about
This
it.
might be Alex's last episode.
We haven't gotten our contracts yet.
Yeah.
We're kind of freelancing right now.
Alex is skating on thin ice right now.
Yeah.
So.
Just
I heard
waiting
something
for the
about,
pin.
Something about sexual harassment.
Oh my god, no. Cut
We
that
really,
out.
we really try to keep this professional, friendly, safe space for everybody.
So, Josh, we're in Hawaii. What kind of stories do you have?
Are you
for
going to
us?
throw us some
So-
good vibes?
Oh, I love that.
Kind of.
Mm.
If good vibes involve murder, death, and wandering the earth for all eternity as a
Listen.
spirit, then yes.
You know, I wouldn't picture that when I picture Hawaii.
I don't know, because Alex and I, we grew up watching Investigation Discovery,
Do you know how many battles were fought in
Forensic
Hawaii?
Files.
Quite
These are
honestly,
good
all I know
vibes.
is
They
Fall
are.
River.
We could fall
Before
asleep to this.
before
Yes.
it was a state.
No, I am completely naive to the fact
You know,
that I
each
don't
of
know
the-
anything about Hawaii.
Each of the islands used to be separate. They weren't unified.
That's crazy, and that's also awesome what they are right now.
They were unified under King Kamehameha. Yeah.
Do you know about this group?
Fantastic. Yeah, do you know who that is? Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know.
Kamehameha.
I'm new
Oh.
to all of this.
And I think it means big wave.
Is that where Master Roshi lives on Hawaii?
Yeah.
Is that supposed to
Yep.
be?
Yes, he lives in Polynesia.
You know, one of my favorite Polynesians, or kind of sorta, is Dwayne the Rock. How you doing, Mr. Rock?
What do you mean, kind of, sorta?
He is.
He is.
Is he?
Yeah.
I guess you don't love him enough.
Wow.
Apparently
I didn't know if he. I didn't know if he
Cancelled.
Was, I didn't know if he was full. You know, Polynesian. Sometimes people aren't always full. Also, Jason Momoa. You know,
Are we gonna
little
talk about
little hot.
Okay.
Also, our previous president Barack Obama from Hawaii. Throwing out my facts, you guys. Hey.
There's a
Yeah, he's from Hawaii. He's
giant
from Hawaii.
rat that's made its company here.
Yeah, there's a
No,
there's
it's not
a
a rat.
little mini little thing around, walking around on four paws.
Special guest Scrappy is here. In case you hear that rustling around.
He's a cute Shih Tzu. We're looking after him. On the islands of Hawaii.
Found him when I was being dragged by the turtle across the sea.
And Brooke and I ran
Nursed
across
him back to
him
health.
while we arrived on our sailboat.
I was having a good time on my cruise line.
I understand.
Alright, so I got seven stories.
That seems like it was the magic number last time, wasn't it?
Let's get to
7
it.
stories for 7 islands.
Yes, but they
Oh!
all almost take place on the same island.
Oh.
The big island of Oahu.
wow.
Is it because it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest?
It's alright. I don't know my
No, bigger's not always
I
better.
don't know my geography of Hawaii.
Well-
It's just about how you do it.
How would you even know?
Well, let's get to it, Josh.
All right. So, where do you want to start?
From the very
Last time we
beginning.
started with aliens, but this time I don't have any alien stories.
What do you have?
I've got.
I always prefer the best for last.
Yeah, save the best for last, so
All right. Well, then.
trust your judgment.
All right. Well, I guess I'll leave the ghosts for last, and
Please.
we'll talk about.
I love the ghosts.
So why don't we start with something very Hawaiian? Are you
Okay.
guys familiar with the Hawaiian goddess Pele?
No.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
I don't know anything about her.
She is the goddess of volcanoes and fire, and she is the creator of the Hawaiian Islands.
So
No.
she's a bad bitch.
I don't know anything about her.
You could say that. I don't know if she appreciates that.
Is
but-
that what the heart to Taviti is based off of?
I don't know, because it could be any other Polynesian island.
That's honestly Moana, and a little bit of knowledge is like all I got for Hawaii.
Yeah, Pele is a little more giving than...
Tahiti.
I don't know, because, I mean, I assume Tahiti was based from...
Or story, tale?
Was Tahitian.
No, it was the green stone in Moana.
I know. But Moana was Moana was all of Polynesian lore from all the islands.
I gotcha.
It wasn't a specific island. But anyway, so Pele is seen to consider all the volcanic rocks and sand of the islands as her children. So when somebody takes away one of her children, she will lay a curse upon them.
So if you find like a seashell down by the seashore...
Well, her children aren't seashells. Her children are the rocks.
Yeah, they're a little bit more stronger.
You said in the sand too, though.
Yeah, because she is the goddess of volcanoes. So anything that comes from the volcano is her child.
Wait, you can have sand from volcanoes? Wouldn't...
Yeah, when the rocks get
fine enough.
crushed up.
Yeah, and so shells do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
I didn't realize I was on a scientific
podcast.
Shells are components of sand,
Okay,
y'all.
well,
Let's get this right.
Let's not get the nitty-gritty of curses, because
we know you went to
this
school
has happened
for
to a lot of people.
Environmental science degree.
I did not. You got that wrong.
Shh, biology.
Let me listen.
People who take rocks or sand will have nothing but bad luck happen to their personal lives, to the point that I don't think I wrote it down, but the people send hundreds of letters a year to Hawaii with the rocks they took included, asking for Pele's forgiveness.
Oh my god.
That's kind of cool.
That's crazy.
I did find one specific story. So this man named Timothy Murray, he's traveling to Hawaii for...
Bill Murray's brother.
Yeah. Yep, Tim Murray.
Love you, Bill.
Keep going.
While traveling to Hawaii for a job interview, he visited one of the national parks and ended up taking a souvenir home. Over the next few years, he ended up getting divorced. He lost his pet.
Oh, shit.
He began to abuse alcohol and finally was arrested by the FBI for computer copyright infringement.
Oh my gosh.
He blames Pele, of course. He sent a package of what he took from Hawaii back with a letter apologizing to the goddess. Maybe it was the curse, but regardless, it doesn't change the fact that dozens and dozens of letters are sent to Hawaii to return rocks and sand from troubled and apologetic tourists.
Now, so what I wonder is, like, do people... So nowadays, like, if you were to travel there and whatnot, I'm sure that's something that's, like, disclosed or just, like, said as, like, fun fact about the island.
This is
for tourists.
I think specifically for, like, the national parks there, or, like, parks there. Because I want everyone taking away something.
You're not allowed to typically to any national park.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, even so, like, if someone tells me, again, if you do this, if you take this nice shiny little rock with you, bad things will probably happen. I'm not going to mess with that.
Yeah.
That's a 50-50 chance.
I don't mess with that.
Yeah, and especially, like, pissing off a ghost is one thing, but this is a fire goddess.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's a totally different
Even if you don't believe it or not, like, I wouldn't want to mess with anything that might trigger something.
But how much do you think of it's mental and he was just, like, having a really bad turn of luck?
That was a bad year for that guy.
It was, like, bad consecutive years, and then he just made it worse, and he's like, you know what? It was because of that rock.
Is that rock I took in Hawaii?
I mean, we'll all kind of...
You went the easy way out,
I will say, like, maybe the curse is real, maybe it's not. I will say this Timothy Murray guy, he sounds like he's just trying not to take blame for anything that's going on in his life. I mean,
sounds like someone else we know, right,
didn't,
guys?
Didn't get the job, lost his wife, or got a divorce.
He might wear a red hat.
And he might wear some orange skin.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
Cut that out.
This might be a little fresh.
It's too fresh. Cut that out.
We're here to escape.
Yeah. I came to Hawaii to escape.
So are you saying that we shouldn't go over the island and take a rock?
No.
I mean,
Why?
You're doing it at your own risk.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or
I
not.
came in
Yeah.
on my own cruise line.
Well, you're not getting on Brooke and I's
Private
sailboat.
Yeah, Greta's sailing without us. Boucher will leave us.
We're gonna have to sail on the road.
Why? What's with the Greta?
Do you know who Greta is?
I know who Greta is.
Okay.
I'm
She only travels via sailboat. She
Hold
doesn't
on.
take planes. She doesn't do anything.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
Oh,
she was
'cause
supposed to
it's
go to some
environmentally friendly.
Yeah, she was
Okay.
supposed to go to
That
some
makes
conference like I don't know
Oh,
last year,
this
and
is
the
that-
sailboat had to get turned
Hey,
around due to like storms and stuff.
That sounds pretty fun though.
It's pretty. She's a
Yeah,
freaking kid. She's badass.
She's
I
like
wanna do that.
17 or 18 now.
Yeah,
So-
well, I mean, young adult, badass.
Younger
Look up
than
this
us.
Greta.
Alright, well, as far as the story goes, I would say it's more of a, yeah, you're right, Josh. Like, I think this guy just is not going to take the blame or whatever for his own life.
Yeah,
He's
but
going to blame it on.
I still wouldn't
someone.
mess with the curse.
Neither would I.
Also, moving forward, I just wanna say that if my pronunciation of Hawaiian words sucks, well, I'm not gonna apologize
Oh,
because
we're trying.
I've only read these words. I've not heard them spoken.
Yeah.
The only thing we know how to pronounce correctly is Hawaii, and we don't even do that, and we
Hawaii.
apologize. Hawaii.
Hawaii.
I'm gonna try my best
Hawaii.
though. Any Hawaiians listening? I'm doing my best.
Please. Yes.
As a little Texas boy, I'm doing my best.
We're all little Texan kids except
We
Brooke.
love you, sending you besitos.
Nostrasitos.
Only besitos.
Maluma baby.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was a quote from Josh.
Next one, Josh. I like it.
Well, I'm gonna continue on with other legends of Pele.
Okay.
Okay.
Pele.
So Pele is also, and just to show her generosity, Pele is also known to appear in the form of either a beautiful young woman with dark hair or an old woman with white hair, trying to get a ride from strangers.
It sounds like the legend of White Rock Lake in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
exactly.
Maybe less sinister.
So if you pick up this woman and take her to where she asks, when you get there, she will disappear, and you will be saved from danger.
Oh.
If you are kind to her, then misfortune and death, or if you are not kind to her, misfortune and death may fall upon you. Such as picking her up and taking her where she asked to go might save or condemn your house from the lava flow.
Wow, it's a pretty big risk.
Very, especially in Hawaii.
Another version is that Pele will appear to someone who's about to suffer a dangerous event and take up, if they stop for her, she will take up just enough of their time to save them from doom. Such as, say they're driving and they're about to get into a horrible car accident, she'll take up just enough of their time so that other car will pass.
Wow.
Dang.
Yep.
That's really cool.
That's really cool. Kind of sounds like that one story that you showed us for, I think it was Lore, where it was like the hitchhiker that you had to like specifically do those things, and he'd show up in the back of the car.
Oh, that was an episode of No Sleep Podcast.
No sleep podcast.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
pretty good, right?
That we heard on
Yeah.
our way back to the guest house.
It's a good story.
That was
I
good.
wish I could credit that author,
Yeah.
but it's a good story, that hitchhiker story. Just look it up.
Yeah,
Very good.
no sleep
Yeah,
podcast.
reminded me of that.
That's true. I was actually thinking about that too. That was a good, yeah.
So I guess the anywhere in Hawaii, regardless of what story you're following, just show respect and you'll be fine.
I was gonna say, just be
Yeah.
kind.
Show Pele respect, you'll be fine. Show any of these next couple stories respect, you'll be good.
It kind of sounds like they're just like moral stories, you know.
Be
But
kind.
also, I mean, a lot of our urban legends and tales are as well.
Yeah. Plus, I also think of like video games or like movies where, actually, I don't know why, but Uncharted came to mind, or like Tomb Raider. Like, you know, you're trying to preserve something, and then you'll have like these treasure hunters who are trying to like, you know, mess around with maybe some like ancient, you know, area or something, and they shouldn't. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of urban legends start as like morality tales, just how
Yeah.
to, you know, like behave, or
This will happen.
this will happen to you. This person will get you. Don't run away from me, or the La Llorona's gonna cry.
Yeah. Like when you have to,
boy.
when you go on like RuPaul and he says it's time to lip sync for your life and don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Good luck and don't.
That's one way to look at it. You're absolutely right, Brooke.
Yeah.
It's like Harry Styles says, treat people with kindness.
Da 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 da.
Wow.
That's
Pro-
golden.
Da 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 da.
Prolific.
Really though.
I will credit Mr. Styles for that.
Ooh, Mr. Styles! Happy!
Please. Well, that's great.
Bravo. Bravissimo.
Yeah, so that is Pele. There's other tales of Pele, such as, I wish I could remember the name of this other god, but it's he's half pig. And him and Pele do not get along. So if you travel across this connecting bridge in Hawaii with any kind of pork in your car, pork or ham, an older woman with white hair with a dog will stop. Your car will stop, and you must feed the ham to the dog.
But what about
And then you'll be able to
spam?
go.
They love spam.
Pele don't like spam.
Pele does not
Pele
like
don't like
spam.
the
Pele's
pigs.
not
They
messing
love
around.
spam over there.
Yeah, but Pele doesn't.
Are you going off of 51st Dates?
They
No.
do love spam over
They
there.
do
Do
love
they
spam.
really?
They do.
Oh, yes,
Where?
they do.
Where?
Because it's one of the things that's
And
like
why?
in a can and easy to ship over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
thought it was.
No. Who's who now?
Wow. Well, let me just say, 51st Dates, great movie.
Oh, I love Drew Barrymore.
Drew Carey.
Drew Barrymore.
Oh
yeah,
my
she's
God.
great. Wish I knew who she was.
I don't know who Drew Carrymore is.
We only know Drew Barrymore.
I only know.
Yeah, I'm
Miss
glad your
Barrymore.
knowledge of Hawaii comes from 51st Dates.
I forgot about that movie.
I would play that movie on repeat all the time.
Oh my god, that's such
It's a
it's
good
funny. Yeah.
Next.
Oh, you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah. Well, dang,
Okay.
you're not wasting any time.
Okay, I mean, does anyone have anything else to comment about Pele?
She sounds like a bad bitch.
That's what I said.
You know what? She sounds like a cool person.
She sounds
She
absolutely
sounds very. If you treat her with respect,
Exactly.
she will treat you with respect.
So what?
Exactly.
Just like any woman?
Oh,
No,
shit.
honey, just
No,
like any
that is a
human
good
being.
Oh!
That's a better point.
There you go.
That was great.
Respect.
That was
This episode is...
fantastic.
Oh, look at that waveform.
Yeah.
Alright, this episode is brought to you by Respect.
R-E-S-P-C-T.
It's like a Sesame Street episode.
Yeah, really though.
Alright, so my next story revolves around the possibly original inhabitants of Hawaii before the Polynesians ever arrived.
Okay.
So these are the Minnehune.
Minnehune?
And I think I'm pronouncing that right. Minnehune. You heard of them?
Nope.
Well, these are believed to be an indigenous group of small people who lived on the islands before the settlers arrived.
Scary.
After they arrived, the Polynesians found when the Polynesians arrived on the islands, they found dams, roads, and temples already built.
But they were tiny.
They are said to be between 6 inches and 2 feet tall.
Oh god, see
Lord.
that's freaky to me because they used to think for the longest time, you know, I don't know if it was on Ancient Aliens or whatever, but it was like, oh my god, there was giants that used to roam the earth, and that's why we have like the pyramids and stuff, and they used to walk up them. And stuff. It was crazy, just crazy stuff. You don't know who used to live out there for 6 inches.
Where are you watching
Yeah.
this from?
Ancient Aliens. It's on
Probably
History
Ancient
Channel.
It's-
Or like TLC.
It might have been. I
Yeah.
don't remember. Probably. That's probably where I get my facts from, honestly.
Well, they do not like being around humans. They are rarely seen. They avoid people, but they are said to really love bananas
Oh,
and fish,
Hi.
but mostly bananas.
Huh.
So they might even be minions.
my
Are they still?
diet.
Wait, are they still alive?
Oh yeah, they are. I mean, people talk about seeing them.
Do we talk about it? Is there any pictures that you have for us?
There are statues. I do not have any actual pictures of them, but they're basically just like
They're
they're like
gnomes or something.
they're like fantasy dwarves. Like
Pigs.
they like building and
The panty
well
gnomes.
they're known as master craftsmen, and they can build things over the course of one night.
Wow.
They are credited to building the, I hope I said this right, the Alikoko fish pond, also known as the Minnehune fish pond, over 1,000 years ago. Here's a picture of this fish pond.
Wow,
you can
that's
look it up.
beautiful.
So if they do not finish something in a single night, they will leave it.
As is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like half built, however. So the legend of the Minnehune fish pond goes that the Minnehune agreed to build a pond for the king on the condition that no one watched them work. They began on a cloudy night, and during the construction, the son and daughter of the king hid themselves on a ridge. When the clouds parted and the moon revealed them, the Minnehune king was so angered he turned the onlookers to stone, where they can still be seen to this day. On this ridge, there's like 2 stone pillars, and those are thought to be the daughter and son of the Polynesian king.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So it was his own daughter and son that went to go watch?
Yeah. So, and the thought that the Minnehune stopped building this fish pond after they were found and watching them is because the fish pond is built with 2 different types of bricks. So they think after the Minnehune left, the Polynesians finished building the fish pond.
Got ya. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Regardless, yeah, there's definitely some gap there.
Well, okay, so is there conflict then if this king lost his children to them?
Well, they were never seen again.
Oh,
They
so
just
they're
left.
like, this is our final straw.
Yeah, like this is our one condition. We're done building it, and we're gone.
Huh.
They're still. I mean, people still report seeing them though.
Right.
But
So what do they look like?
I need to look up a picture. I do not have internet connection out here on this beach.
Absolutely, of course. I mean, we might have to draw it on the sand or something.
Yeah.
That's, you know what, though? I gotta agree with Brooke. That kind of gave me a little bit of the heebie-jeebies, just,
Well, they're not like evil.
No, I'm not saying that they're evil, but, like, just if I were to stumble upon something so much smaller than myself, and of course they're these mastermind builders,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know what to, you know? Like, good on them.
Yeah.
So these little things?
Yeah.
So they're like
How'd you get that?
Yeah.
Did you
just draw that from...
She's using her satellite phone.
no, I rubbed 2 sticks together and it created Wi-Fi. So it kind of looks like a little, I don't know what you would call it. It kind of looks like a happy Buddha in a way.
Can you pass it around?
Sure, let me pass around my stick.
Is this cultural appropriation that you're saying?
No, but it kind of looks like a happy Buddha, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, kind of like a little bit fudgier, gappy.
Fish
looking.
ponds, roads, canoes, houses, they built temples. Yeah, he does
They would build things because there are so many of them that they would line up. So let's say there's like all the bricks are over here, and they'll just line up for miles and just pass them to each other in a line, and that's how they would build so fast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool.
All right. But yeah, that is it for comfortable.
Alex and I are trying to really
We're trying to get pretty comfortable here.
on the sand. We have our pillows
Got
and
your blanket
blankets.
out, yeah.
Well, there's like a nice moon.
Yeah, the
Red.
stars.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
And the campfire's really going.
It was nice. It was really nice of them to let us have a little bonfire on the beach.
No,
Yeah.
it was really.
Yeah. Of course, we have to give our thanks now to Pele.
Yes, providing this fire.
Thank you, Pele.
I just realized who I think of when y'all say that, the soccer player Pele. I was like, that name sounds so familiar.
Oh, now she's
You're gonna
mad.
get struck down.
I know.
You're gonna get burned by lava.
He was named after you, honey.
No.
But that's it for my goddesses, and I don't know what you consider the Minnehune.
The little ones.
Yeah, they're not ghosts, so the rest of my stories are ghost stories.
Oh yes.
I know that's what you've all been waiting for.
I love this.
But I like that you established a little bit of
History.
A little
Yeah.
cultural
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
We have
that's
no
what
idea.
this is all about.
I
Going
have-
to different places and
I'm
seeing
gonna
their
let
culture.
you know right now. I don't know about any of y'all, but I have no idea, no clue on Hawaiian culture. So this is new to me.
She's going in blind.
I really am. It's like when we go to the movie theaters and I ask you last minute, what movie are we watching? And
I know.
we're sitting down.
I just came here for the good time of hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, hot dog, popcorn,
It's
some
true.
goopers.
Yep.
And if we were in Hawaii, Spam.
Well, you know,
They have so much more food than Spam.
Spam
I
and races.
know. But,
I'll
you know.
be eating my poke bowl.
Oh yeah, you would, because they have them right there next to the ocean.
They are good.
Mm.
Because I'm the only one who's
Yeah,
been to
you
Hawaii
actually been.
before.
Oh, before our
Right now.
This
yeah.
is our first time here.
yeah.
So have
I
you
gotta
heard?
say, it's a little big on the beach. Haven't seen civilization yet.
Have you heard of any of these things that you're talking about, Josh? Like while you were there in Hawaii?
I knew about the Pele stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty
Um,
cool.
That is it, though. I did not know about... Oh, I knew about the Pele and then one other story that I will tell in a little bit. But everything else is new to me.
Very cool.
But yeah, so now we're going to get a little bit of Japanese influence. Because,
Pearl Harbor?
No, just because there is just a lot of Japanese cultural influences in Hawaii.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to take that in a different direction there.
I didn't know that.
It's, so, in May 19th, 1959, at the Wahiawa, I hope that's right, Wahiawa Drive-In Theater in Honolulu, a woman entered a bathroom. She was going to the bathroom, then she was going to get some concessions. So she goes in, and as she does her business and she's leaving the stall, she notices a woman standing in front of the mirror with her back to her. And she's brushing her hair.
No. So she's staring into the mirror and she's brushing her hair, and the woman just sees this woman's back of her head.
Just brushing her hair.
Okay, wait a second. Boo, when you go to a drive-in, sometimes you want to freshen up and look nice.
So...
What are you telling me?
I don't know, because you're womanly.
But what does that have to do with the ghost?
No. Listen, we don't know it's a ghost yet.
So she's brushing her hair in front of her face. And
I thought you said her back was to her.
Yeah, her back's to her, and she's brushing like this.
Okay, so she's brushing
standing in front of the sink.
From back to front, she's brushing.
Yeah, she's just brushing her hair.
Okay.
Her hair's on her face.
Okay.
So the woman, is, I guess she's like trying to wash her hands, but she approaches the woman, and as she approaches her, she stops brushing.
Oh no.
And, she might have said something, but the woman turned and brushed the hair out of her face, and she had no face.
Oh shit.
No eyes, no nose, no mouth. It's just faceless. The woman either had a panic attack and passed out, or she ran out and slipped and hit her head. Either way, she woke up later in the ambulance. And the faceless woman was not seen anywhere.
That's scary.
The entire encounter was covered in the newspaper by a reporter named Bob Krause, the Honolulu Advertiser, and it became the subject of legend because the drive-in is built next to a graveyard.
Oh, why?
Well, there you go.
So this is thought to be either one of two things. Both of them are Japanese spirits. The first one is a Mujina, which I hope I'm saying that right, which is a badger-like spirit, and it can take the form of a human. And the second, more likely option is a Nabarabo, and that is a faceless spirit. It is frightening to humans, but it is harmless. It will not. Does not mean harm.
Why the first one a badger though?
Japanese folklore is full of animal spirits that can shapeshift.
Oh.
So, I'm sure you've heard of tanukis or kappas.
Nope.
Okay. Well, we're not talking about Japan.
Okay.
We're talking about Hawaii.
Traveled international.
I'm gonna have to tune up my shit for that one.
We're still in the States.
So anyway, it was if you look it up, you can find the news article and it'll tell you just as what I told you. But it wasn't really seen. And years later, in 1981, during a radio interview hosted by a man named Glenn Grant, he was dismissing the story when someone called in. The caller told Glenn that she was the woman from that night, and the story was true. And she went on to talk about the faceless woman's long red hair. She said she entered the restroom. The woman was combing her hair in front of her face. She looked at the woman's reflection. As soon as she did, the woman brushed her hair back, revealing her faceless visage. And that detail was not included in Krause's newspaper article.
I wonder why, though. Why not include
So the only two people that knew that woman had red hair was the reporter, who didn't mention her hair color.
Yeah.
And the witness.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any significance to the red hair, or if that's just of the person that may have passed. I feel like we hear things like that a lot, but maybe it's just because I'm thinking of maybe Blind Manor. No, because they just have the faceless people, right?
Yeah.
And they will
But-
go on to repeat their lives where they've.
Well, I did find one theory that this was a Japanese woman who dishonored her family, and she lost face with them, so she was cursed
I see.
to lose
Like
face
a
and
play.
as a ghost.
That's
sad.
Yeah.
Again, those morals.
But people would try to find this. You know, there was a popular spot for teenagers to go look for the ghost until the drive-in was torn down. And
When?
it's not around. I don't know when it was torn down. But it's not there anymore. I think there's just a shopping
When?
district.
Oh.
Wait, so they built a shopping district
On
They built
top
something
right next to the graveyard still.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know how that's better.
Yeah.
Now she'll be in
I
the
don't know.
shopping mall bathroom.
I mean, if I
She upscaled
Yeah.
a little bit.
should wish I could visit these places.
What are you saying?
I don't
Not if
know.
it's demolished, boo.
We can go to the mall if it's
Well,
mall.
Lord knows that would be a good excuse to go to the mall for you.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
I need to go shopping anyways.
Maybe
We're gonna hear her story. And I went to the shopping mall attendant, and they had no face.
You won't believe what I saw.
So this is another short story, but this next one.
Look at Scrappy.
Oh.
He is laying in the sand.
He's
So
sleeping.
okay, this next one is the Green Lady of Wahiawa. So
The green lady.
the Wahiawa Botanical Garden is a popular tourist spot. Has 27 acres of tropical rainforest.
That's beautiful.
Protected.
We just saw the
I
sign.
do not know.
Yeah.
So while it is
Right,
a
yeah.
beautiful garden, there's something much more terrifying in the foliage.
Why does there always have to be another side of the coin?
because you know.
It's 27 acres of pure jungle. I'm sure they got something scary.
They got
Um,
something out there.
Some have seen the figure of a woman who stalks the dense vegetation. She is covered in green mosses and mold that cling to her skin and dangle. She wanders in search of her missing child.
Of course.
I think this is
Kind of
fun.
like
La
La
Llorona
Llorona.
2.0.
You know what it
Um,
is? It's some dude wearing a ghillie suit just messing around with people.
Legend says there used to be a woman who would visit the gardens with her child. One day she became separated from her child, and in distress she began searching and calling for the lost kid. She never found the child, and she was never seen again, at least alive. Or maybe she's become something else.
Oh.
She still searches to this day, and if she comes across a child, she'll take them into the gulch in an attempt to replace her own lost child. However, this never seems to be enough.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a high number of missing people.
Are
27
there?
acres.
In the 27 acres.
27 acres.
I mean,
It's a
I'd
freaking
But it's-
large
Just
area.
But yeah, it's an interesting. You know, we talked last time about these women in white,
Yeah.
or these like women that
White
all these
rock
different
lady.
cultures have. But yeah, to hear about this green,
Green
lady,
lady. You read my
who's
mind.
taking children.
Yeah.
Oh, fits the landscape.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Would you like that comment?
I did. I feel reaffirmed.
That's my job. I want you guys to feel like what you have to say feels validated and confident. This
As
is a
soon
safe
as-
space.
As
It's
soon
okay.
as Brooke says, "Oh, absolutely,"
You know what? Nothing wrong with a hype man,
There really is.
hype woman.
Okay.
Okay, so is that it for Green Lady? That's all I have written.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I agree with you, Josh. As soon as you said the Green Lady, I immediately thought of like the Lady of White Rock Lake or La Llorona, where I always associate them with white, for whatever
Is
reason.
that the botanical garden we went to today?
That's what I was saying. We just saw
Yeah,
the
we
sign.
were just walking past there earlier, and
Yeah.
you know, I thought.
Wait. Is that the place where I got lost and I couldn't find you guys for
Well,
like
yeah,
2 hours?
we were
That's
walking
what-
over a bridge, and then we were like, "Where did she go?" And I look over, and I see this woman, and she's wearing like this.
Brooke,
green,
I was
Alright.
with you. Why
She-
didn't you say anything?
Well, she was wearing a green dress, but I thought you saw her because I was talking to her, and then you get like nudged me like I was
Yeah, but
crazy.
you had a lot of rum today.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Brooke, you
Yeah,
had
you
a
did.
little bit.
You stumbled off that sailboat.
I was
Look,
drinking
I can't.
pineapple juice.
Greta is too young, and Boo is too young.
Yeah.
They were having grape juice. I was
Yeah.
having some bubbly fun. It's all good.
So that explains why Brooke saw the green lady and I didn't.
Well, she told me to tell you.
What'd she tell you?
She said,
Now, let me stop you right there. Let me just stop you right there.
Tell me afterwards.
Yeah, let me bring this back.
"Well, but no, because
No?
after that we found you." Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah.
True.
Next.
Oh, moving on. All right. So,
Oh, hold on. One
Oh,
last thing.
God.
One last thing.
yep.
So, because I suck at math, what's 1 acre?
A square mile.
What's a square mile?
Yeah, what's a square mile?
A square that is 1 mile by 1 mile.
Oh God.
My parents' backyard.
That's a
My parents' property.
That's a mile? No,
That's an acre.
that's an acre.
That's an acre. 27 times that.
Oh, 27 doesn't seem that big now.
Girl, it's jungle. It's foliage. That's why you got lost. And you know what she whispered in my ear?
Here we go.
She said, "I am the daughter of the village.
Nope. Josh, let's move on.
I descended from
So-
warriors."
So that is what an acre is, though. Like, it's a square mile, right? Brooke,
What?
before this is another windmill shenanigan?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
I
think
know a
this is-
ton is 5,000. No, 5,000 something pounds.
You're-
I know a mile is 5,280.
Oh, I know what a mile
miles.
is.
Feet.
So square, yeah. Now I know. That's big. That's pretty big.
Okay.
And my math is probably wrong. I haven't been in school in a very long time.
Okay, well, we're going to go
Well,
with the
I
square
have,
mile, and
so
we're going
I
to move
know.
on to the next story, which is I feel the most famous legend in Hawaii. The only one that aside from Pele, the only other one that I knew about.
Allie?
And this is the Night Marchers.
Night marchers.
The Night Marchers. I'm going to try the Hawaiian pronunciation.
Here we go.
The Huakaipo. I hope that's right. These are not the ghosts you go looking for, though.
Uh-oh.
They come looking for you.
They do not want you to see them.
Oh.
So these Night Marchers, they are large groups of ancient Hawaiian warriors.
Mm-hmm.
The Night Marchers usually appear just after sunset and march until sunrise.
Oh.
They march from above the ground, not making contact. And
Oh,
will
so
march.
they glide, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will march, but
Yeah.
above. Yeah.
Yeah.
They will march from a grave site or the ocean to the site of an old battleground.
Uh-oh.
That sounds amazing.
You will know the Night Marchers are coming because you will see distant torches, drumming, chanting, and the blowing of conch shells to signal the living to move out of the way.
That sounds freaking awesome.
There will also be an overwhelming sour and musky smell of death.
Yeah.
Oh no.
If you hear the Night Marchers, it is advised to get out of their way or lay down on the ground without looking at them.
Really?
That's terrifying.
Why? What happens if you look at them?
We'll tell
Maybe
you.
you die.
This is the only way to show respect to the fallen warriors. Those who do not take this precaution and watch them are said to have a violent death. If you see the Night Marchers with your own eyes, the only way to be saved is if one of the Night Marchers is an ancestor of yours. In this case, the relative will yell, "Na'u," which translates to mine in Hawaiian, and the other warriors will not bring harm to you and they will pass.
And that's the
That's
thing.
so
What are the chances that your
badass.
ancestors would be a
Probably
Hawaiian
pretty
war?
Well,
No,
for
sim
you,
to none.
probably 0.
Yeah, sim to none.
Your
Wait,
lineage.
that's what I'm
No,
saying.
if you're like a native Hawaiian.
Oh, well, yeah, but like people like, Texans.
Well, yeah, if you're a tourist. Well,
What
yeah,
are the chances
How
that
would
your
you even know what
ancestor...
you'd be like, "Oh, Carol, what's that coming up the hill?" "Oh, I don't know, Diane."
And how are you supposed to know? Lie down, Carol.
I don't know.
Don't look at them, Carol.
Well, this is how movies are made.
Well,
and
this
is
is-
how novels
It
are
sounds
made.
like it's like an Until Dawn
Well,
like type.
sometimes dead bodies are found off off the side of the road, and it's thought to be that the Night Marchers killed them for them being disrespectful.
Did
If the
Not
night-
a serial killer.
If the Night
No, no.
Marchers kill you, you will be forced to march with them for all eternity.
Does it explain how they kill you?
I know it just says violently.
Why is it always a violent death? Why is it never just?
See, when they say violent, it's almost as if I imagine, kind of like what game did you play recently? Maybe was it like the Man of Medan, where like when they breathed in the gas, they kind of like seize up in that position, and they like imagine like such horrible, painful things happening to them. That's what I imagine.
They inhaled that
gas,
opium, whatever it was.
Yeah, and that like made their body seize, and like just
they died.
Their soul escaped.
If it's not evident by now,
we play video games.
We play video games.
A lot of video games.
I mean, just this past Halloween, we were playing a video game together.
Yeah, Little Hope.
Little Hope. That was a good game.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Also, some people say that you don't only have to lie down, face down in the dirt, but you need to get completely naked and push yourself into the mud to grovel before them.
So you have to get naked?
Because you have to show complete humbleness and like, please, like, I don't mean any disrespect.
I don't know. Now this sounds like some cult initiation.
How can
You gotta get
Well,
All we did was worship the Lord.
They are not interested in people. They're just interested in their eternal
It
march.
just sounds a little cute.
Like,
So
do you see that in the distance? Get naked. Get on the ground.
So the night marchers will pass through anything in their path, including buildings. They will walk through anything, except for tea plants, and that's TI. The living tea plants are said to keep evil spirits away, and night marchers will avoid them.
We need to get some.
We don't know what they look like. They could be ugly.
I don't care. They ward off spirits. We burn sage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we do.
we don't have to see it.
This is helpful if you do not want the night marchers walking directly through your house in the middle of the night. But
That's pretty
they
good.
usually stick to the same historic routes.
Girl, tell your friend to
Now-
get that stuff for her
now
demon house.
Now this just sounds like
What?
a way to get you to buy the plants.
What? Okay, hold on.
They grow natively. You don't need to buy them.
We're gonna
Commercialism.
we're gonna really quick for a split second sidestep away from Hawaii. Y'all have been to Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Y'all have heard the Battle of Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all were there, right?
Yeah.
We're not in Pennsylvania
No,
yet.
I know, but it's like the same thing because they have people that reenact the war. And you have, in history, you have the ghosts of spirits going back to these battlegrounds.
Yeah.
So it's not crazy to think that you have ghosts coming back and marching to war. If anything, it's the more civil thing.
Well, wasn't
Of
it more
marching
that
to
when the
war.
last time we went to?
We're just
No,
talking
I
about
know,
the tea
but-
plant.
No, but I'm saying if you were to have something like that, it scared the bejesus out of you. And you're like, you know what, let me have one preventative thing. Would you not do it? As crazy as it sounds. We saged the house. Why would we sage the house? Good vibes.
Yeah.
So why would you not have a plant that might give you good vibes?
Because
Yeah.
it's ugly.
You don't even know,
You don't even know what it looks like. Okay.
Like, if someone told me,
Oh my god.
Let
I'm gonna have to
weeds-
rub my sticks together again and get this Wi-Fi.
let there be weeds on your front lawn
T.I.,
to ward
that's
off evil spirits, I'd be like, shit. Let me mow the lawn because I can't do this.
Scrappy's done with y'all. Look at him. He's like, y'all are so dumb.
This is what it looks like. It's red.
I imagined it red. My intuition, I've told you guys, it's strong.
It looks like a jungle plant.
I
Let me
knew,
see.
I'll give you that.
I knew it was red.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. And if
That's
it ward
fine.
off something, then I would keep it.
That's fine. We can plant it next to a palm tree.
Look, good vibes. That's all I want.
I want that too, bro.
What do you want, Josh?
What do you want?
I would like not to be killed by the night marchers
Same.
Fair.
because they sound like they're getting close.
They do sound. They sound pretty cool.
Do you guys hear that?
They're,
I hear someone.
that's been going on for a while.
I'm just now hearing it. Have
Okay,
you?
but you're deaf.
Yeah, but have you been hearing this for a while?
Yeah.
Wow.
Deaf, blind.
Yeah, I'm really going. No.
Well, you guys didn't know what it. You guys probably didn't know what it was until I just talked about
Yeah,
it.
so now I'm now hearing it.
Wait,
Y'all don't
I
hear
can
that?
get an Xbox X. Should I get it?
Brooke,
What?
we're in Hawaii.
How the hell-
Why?
Should
Someone-
I get one? Should
Right,
I get one?
We're
I can
gonna
pick
cut.
it up.
So we're gonna cut back here. So legends of the night marchers were usually passed down through oral tradition. In 1778, there were writings describing the ghostly warriors, and then in 1883 came the first published account of the specters. The account mentioned a phantom army being led by the Hawaiian king Kamehameha. Wait, Kamehameha. Yeah. Who united the islands of Hawaii? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like that.
Was that? Did you need me to do that again?
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Brooke?
Do you want to do
Guys, oh my god, you're gonna blow something up.
do you want to do a spirit bomb?
Firing off that
I didn't know
stuff.
Christina Aguilera was with us.
Wow, look at that peak sound wave over there.
Brooke, that's what your voice
Clipping
looks
our,
like.
clipping our audio.
It looks like that. Go ahead, Josh.
So, this is kind of a sidebar to the Night Marchers. So, Old Pele Road, or Pele, I don't know.
Pele?
No, it's spelled different.
No. Okay.
But this location on the island of Oahu has seen death even before the road was built. Some of the most prominent battles in Hawaiian history were fought in this location. It saw more death in 1795 when King Kamehameha ordered hundreds of the opposing warriors to jump to their death on the surrounding cliffs.
Okay.
So this is one of the locations that the Night Marchers have been seen, but hikers have also seen the forms of the shapes of people falling from the cliffs down.
Oh, wow.
That's scary, and also
Yeah.
reminds me of Midsummer. No.
I love Midsummer.
So there is another ghost of this road, though. So not only do you have to deal with the Night Marchers,
And the people jumping from cliffs.
yeah, but there's this story. It's probably the 60s or 70s, but around this area was a famous drive-up, make-out point.
Ooh.
Lover's Lane. I
Yeah.
love it.
So in this story, there was a high school football player. I don't know if he's a junior or senior, but he asked out this freshman girl, and they went out.
Was his name Tuatunga?
Yeah.
This sounds too close
Yeah.
to home.
So they go out.
Oh, yeah?
You Hawaiian?
No, I'm Texan.
Thank you.
So they go out,
You.
and after, I think they go to a drive-in, whatever. Go up this road. She not interested. She doesn't want to go up to the. Everyone knows what this place is for.
Yeah.
She knows what this place is for.
Yeah.
She doesn't want it. He's insistent. So
He's not a consent king.
No?
there's a struggle. He rapes her,
No.
and then reaches into her bag and pulls out a jump rope and strangles her with it.
Oh my god.
Kills her, dumps her body into a ditch off the side of the road, and leaves. Her body was found later. The wildlife had gotten to it.
Oh, jeez.
Half of her face was missing.
Oh.
Still found with the jump rope around her neck. So now we cut to present day. So there have been stories of couples going up to that point, and as they're messing around, they see a girl in the distance jump roping.
Oh, what does she say? 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
They see a girl jump roping.
Yeah.
And she's getting closer and closer to the car.
You know how hard that is with jump roping?
Yeah, but she's a ghost.
Yeah, but she's
I know.
she's just floating. I'm thinking she's like taking the one step, jump, one step,
I can jump rope forward. Can you not?
Well,
Wait a second.
Accepted.
Can you?
I can.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah.
Just go 1 foot at a time.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Cut,
I need to
cut
go
to
get
middle
I
school
I-
PE.
I don't. Elementary for me.
I don't know
think
what they taught you in Pennsylvania.
I need to bring this
but-
up with my doctor because I have a physical coming up because apparently
You should-
I have other things going on.
In Texas, they trained us with that.
I learned how to swim.
We did not.
Exactly.
We didn't. Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
do that.
But we learned how to swim too. We took swimming classes. Anyways,
yeah, thanks to our mom.
So this girl's jump roping. She's getting close to the car.
Yeah.
couple start freaking out.
Yeah.
And they go to start the car. It doesn't start. Engine won't turn over. She's getting closer and closer.
How it always is.
And when she reaches them, she slams her body onto the
Hood of the car?
the windshield.
Oh.
And
And
she
she's
says,
just missing half of her face. Half her
Oh.
face is gone. And then just like that, she's gone. The engine starts, and they're able to drive off.
she says, no one lays a finger on my butterfinger.
What? Where are you getting this?
Does this come natural to
Because the
you?
Candyman, get it? Because he also was a lover's boy. Alright, never mind.
I haven't seen that movie.
I haven't either, but he's a bunch of bees.
You need to lay off the rum.
This is why when I arrived here on our sailboat,
Yeah.
I needed to get out. I couldn't handle broke.
You jump ship? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
problem.
the problem.
You know what? I was up there singing Nipa, zoom, zoom, zoom to myself.
Oh, y'all haven't been singing that lately. I kind
know.
of miss it.
Nipa.
I don't even
Yum,
know what this
yum,
is. I
yum.
don't remember this at all.
From TikTok.
Ah.
Josh is like,
Acting like I use TikTok.
yeah.
Nipa, nyaka. Now it's oh no, no.
That's the latest.
And,
I've never
what's the other
felt
one?
more
It's
out of the loop.
Franny, the ratatouille,
The rat from
my dreams.
I honestly.
I pray to you, my ratatouille. May the world remember your name.
This is what it feels like now. Whenever I am just in their presence, I don't
Guys.
know half the things they talk about.
I'm trying to do a show. Okay? I'm trying to entertain the people. And you're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me in
what
front of the
happened?
world.
What happened when Captain Jack Sparrow was
Listen.
on the island? He was drunk. The entire movie.
This is over. Okay? We're done.
I didn't get my I didn't get my
Dunskies.
I didn't get my contract.
Fired. You're out.
You can't
Who
fire
are
us.
you gonna hire?
See?
You can't fire us when we haven't signed anything and we're not getting paid.
I want to start a union. This is
So-
cool.
That's a good point.
Let's continue on.
Are you ready? Are there any other
Is that-
TikTok? Are there any
yeah.
other TikTok songs you guys can sing? to me?
No, Josh, no. That's not what I
Golden.
asked.
Golden. As
All right, so this
I
next
open
story
my eyes.
Is about Hawaii's most haunted house,
Most.
the Kaimuki house.
Kind of.
I think that's right. Once again, hope my pronunciation's on. Is known as the House of Horrors.
Oh, shoot.
Is also known as Murder House, American Horror Story Season 1.
Yep.
Brooke, I'd
Yep.
like to know what it would be like to listen to what he has to say.
Maybe.
Without. Boo, your face. You want to open
I know,
that
wasn't
wider?
that rude? Wasn't that rude?
Very rude.
Exactly.
I am sorry, Brooke.
I know.
My sister's treating you like that.
I know. It's you hired me for my commentary.
We had.
What am I supposed to do? Be quiet?
I'm sorry. Well, now that I've taken you out on a really great date,
You know
I guess
what?
I feel the need to
From now
just, like-
on, Brooke and I are gonna stay silent.
gonna have our
Let's
own
see how
TikTok
entertaining that
podcast.
is.
TikTok
Go ahead,
podcast.
Josh.
TikTok podcast.
Let's be quiet from now on. Let's see what happens. Let's see how entertaining.
Guys, can we not derail this thing? We are gonna get canceled after 2 episodes.
You keep saying that, and the universe will hear you.
Yeah, good vibes, good vibes. We're gonna get all 50 states plus a
Pele.
little part 2s and then international.
Yeah,
Please, Pele.
burn some sage.
Oh. You know that Quibi show got canceled.
I saw that.
Wait,
Isn't
remember that
Quibi
was like
in general
the
canceled?
the one travel like they
Quibi.
traveled
You
50
see
states and did all the crazy
Quibi
spooky
is
stuff.
just canceled though.
That whole
What?
app got canceled.
Yeah.
Quickie?
Quibi.
I don't.
That's what it was on.
Oh, Josh.
It was an app called
Josh
Quibi.
doesn't know.
That one that you were like, it's 50 tales. I don't know. Remember? It was like they did tales of the United States, and you were like, ugh, how dare they like.
Sounds like something you'd
Like
say.
that
Listen,
Army of Darkness where
I-
he's just like, ugh.
I'm tired of coming up with ideas that I feel are original and being like, oh, cool, this bigger company with a huge production budget beat me to it.
But they got canceled, baby.
And they got
Here we
canceled, and there were
come.
fiction stories. So
And these are nonfiction
These are
for the
these
most
are
part.
non-
Here we come.
yes,
We're so original though. Alright.
let's just air out our dirty laundry. Hawaii, the dirty laundry episode.
Please save this though.
Aloha,
Oh, this is
mahalo.
getting
Let me
posted.
see my holos.
I love hearing bloops.
This is not a bloop.
This is
This is
This
going
is
in.
this is real life.
But remember, we can't make it too long, y'all.
Well, maybe we can get back on track then.
Alright, let's go. Because too long is too long.
Okay, so yes, the Kaimuki house.
Okay.
So, in 1942, police were called
Columbus
to
sailed the
a
ocean.
house. on
okay.
The woman, what?
No. You're good. I just want to point out, I didn't say anything, but I happened to look up, and my sister had this reaction of, "Bitch, shut up."
Did you?
Yes.
Oh no! 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and now we call it Indigenous People Day.
All right, continue.
In 1942, the police were called to a house. The woman kept saying over the phone that she was trying to kill my children.
Oh, no.
When the officers arrived and entered the house, they saw the woman's 3 children screaming and terrified. The youngest was a boy at the age of 10 and his 2 sisters who were 18 and 20. They were screaming on the couch. The hysterical mother was waving tea leaves, once again, T.I., those beautiful plants, to ward off ghosts. The boy had complained of a smelling of foul odor in the house, and in anger of being discovered, the spirits started to levitate, throw, and strangle the children. The police tried to help the family escape, and after an hour and a half of trying, the family gave up the house to the ghosts and left. And this was published in the newspaper.
It kind of sounds like the marching, the walkers, just kind of walking through their house.
I have 2 things.
But they didn't see anything.
First
Do you
off-
always see those things?
No,
okay.
And it's during the
no,
night
no.
marchers only walk at night.
And this was during the day?
Second.
Gotcha.
T.I. Isn't there a city named T.I.?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking of too.
That's a little scary.
Do you think he named himself after the leaves?
We're gonna start a new podcast where we talk about singers' name origins.
Alicia
Their
Keys!
biographies.
Alicia Keys, that was a good one. Alicia Keys.
Your story of Alicia Keys.
You remember that?
Yeah.
That's a good. Josh has a very good story on Alicia Keys' origin. And maybe on our anniversary we might
That'll be for
start-
another. That's a story.
God,
for
that
another
was
day.
such a good. You got me.
That's gonna be a whole ass blooper by the end of the episode.
so-
Just Alicia Keys and her origin.
So this whole thing happened during the day,
Mm-hmm.
and the police even got involved and tried to help them.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Children are being dragged around the room, strangled, thrown.
And the police were just like, "Oh
Could-
my
well,
god,
they're trying to help, but they couldn't.
that's crazy."
Yeah. So 30 years later, there was another call to the house, from the house. This time, 3 women were sharing the house and became terrified after hearing movement and talking by another person. One of them claimed an unseen force even grabbed their arm. The girls waited for police to arrive to give them an escort to one of their mother's houses. After they arrived, the officer began following the girls' car when their car suddenly pulled to the side of the road, and the girl in the middle seat seemed like she was fighting off an invisible attacker. The officer ran to help. The girl at this point was grasping her neck as if she was being strangled. The officer got to the car when he felt an invisible calloused hand much bigger than any of the girls grab his arm and twisted it.
Oh.
He immediately radioed for backup. When the second officer arrived, he saw the first officer white as a sheet. They told the girl who was attacked to get into the patrol car and for the other 2 girls to follow them. As they got into the police car, the engine immediately died. They sent her back over to her friend's car, and as soon as she was out, the engine came to life. They began to follow the girl's car, but after just a few feet, the car door was thrown open and the same girl who was attacked was thrown out of the car
Oh my god.
and once again seemed to be strangled. Both officers tried to help her, but even with both of their efforts, they couldn't move her. This was also covered in the newspaper. I couldn't find what ended up happening to the girl,
I was gonna say,
but
did
most
she
people
drown?
said she was killed right there.
Jesus.
So it is believed that the dark spirit that lives in the house is called a kasha. It is a Japanese spirit that survives off of human flesh and blood.
Oh my god.
There are 2 origin stories that I found relating to why this kasha would be in the house. The first one tells of a man who killed his wife and 2 children. He buried his wife and one of the children in the backyard, but his daughter was never found.
Oh.
The second story is about a lesbian couple.
Oh, here we go.
One of the women became involved with a man on the side.
Oh my god.
When the man
That's not a gold star lesbian.
When the man found
Alex.
out the woman he was seeing had a girlfriend, he became enraged, killed both of the women, and killed himself, all within the walls of the house.
You know, some men find that attractive.
Lesbian.
Yeah, finding out that, like...
lied and deceived.
No, but, like, finding out that she had a girlfriend on the side, because then he'll be like, oh, you want to bring her in and be, like, our third?
That
Some people are
hurts
into
me.
it. Some people are into it.
I don't know why, but it's like, really? 2 girls turn you on and not me?
What?
Think
You're
about
right, though.
Yeah, like, I mean,
And to the point that this guy had to kill him, like kill
Yeah.
himself.
What's that say
Love
about
triangles are crazy. They will enrage you and everything else.
they're a little messy. I'll tell
That
you that.
house, though, man, like,
If walls could talk.
If walls could talk.
It's been torn down now.
I was gonna say, why don't we go
Anything,
walk over there?
Nothing's happened. I mean, I think there's... I think something's been built there, but
McDonald's.
no activities happened since.
That's
It's sad. But...
you ever
definitely
think,
has some energy.
do you think that just because he tore down a house, like, energy doesn't kind of, like, remain
Linger?
around? Yeah, linger around
That's
that
interesting,
area?
actually. Yeah.
I feel like in some cases, but specifically for this case, since this is a Japanese spirit,
Yeah.
named like specifically a kasha, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm guessing that once the house is torn down, that it didn't have anything to eat, and it left.
But you
That's
also
my-
hear stories that, like, if something burns down, whatever spirit or
Gets built on top of it.
well, maybe, or they're gonna go find another host.
Well, it depends on if they're like attached to the land,
Yeah, that's true
attached
too.
to someone, or attached to something.
We hear a lot of
Yeah.
stories of, like, people do renovations and that awakens things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't know what would happen
Change.
if you did, like, the entire building. I feel like there still would be no rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
These are good questions.
Every
right?
haunting is different.
The Haunting of Hill House.
Blah, man.
No, that is all I have.
Oh, that was the last one?
That was the last one.
Man, that went by so fast.
Well, they say when you are having fun.
Time flies when you're having fun
When you're
on
in
the
paradise.
island.
Especially when you're in Hawaii. I mean, guys, look at the ocean.
Uh-huh.
It's so nice.
Yeah, well, it's flew to me.
I'm thinking of just dipping my feet in.
I wouldn't, I mean,
You know what?
do they get sharks in
I'm
Hawaii?
probably gonna take a rock
Yeah.
home with me.
No.
That'd be fun.
Go
Maybe
ahead,
that
try
one.
it.
No.
Go
No.
on the cruise and take a rock with you and tell us
Well,
how you make it home.
You know, on the next episode, if it's only 3 instead of 4,
You'll know why.
everyone will know why.
No, you're just saying that as an excuse so you don't have to sign your contract. This is bullshit. I want a union.
God, here we go.
Brooke.
All this worked already.
Well, that was,
Josh, I really appreciate all that.
I
that
did
was
too.
amazing.
That was really
Thank
good.
you. Thank
I
you.
That was
like,
amazing.
I like the little bit of culture thrown in there. Of
I do
course,
too, yeah.
For I mean, I've never
That
outside
was,
of this personally not been to Hawaii myself,
yeah.
so I don't really know much about it, but it was really interesting. A little eerie.
I think my favorite part was probably the marchers. Because that sounds like something that's so raw.
Unique to, I don't know, Hawaiian.
Unique to the whole area and to the culture, and it's just like something that I don't feel like you would ever expect to hear.
I agree with Brooke. I think the Night Marchers is like that called out to me too, because I was gonna say earlier, like, yeah, when we went to Gettysburg, I mean, I was too young to kind of remember, but our mom would be like, there was definitely something there. Like, it was foggy. There was just, it almost felt heavy when driving by.
Yeah.
And I totally believe that when you're in a place where something, I don't know, impactful happened.
Well, they
There's
celebrate.
energy there.
They celebrate routes too, like famous routes taken throughout America. So you have like the whole, Benedict.
Arnold?
Yeah, where did like the British are coming.
That was not Benedict Arnold.
It was Paul Revere.
Paul
That's
Revere.
Yep.
But then what else? Benedict something about like we look at historical sites like that. So then, but you have like that, like that's a historic trail that people still say like has some sort of ghost or energy going through it, and then you have, I'm sure, something like this, especially significant as war.
Yeah,
So-
significant as a word. That's it. Yeah.
I think mine was probably. I mean, the marches were really cool, but I think for whatever reason, the image of, you know, those drive-in stalls. There's usually 2, maybe. You're lucky if there's like 3, but a very intimate stall that you're just in there thinking you're on your own, and then you walk out, and then there's this creepy lady that's just combing her hair, and then all of a sudden nothing. I think that stood out to me. And that was kind of eerie, especially with all the reporting on it.
The red hair though throws me off really bad.
Why?
Like why red hair? There's got to be some significance about the red hair
I
because
think
like if you, it just
fire.
sounds so.
We should ask her. Find her and ask her.
I say we just go in that stall and when we see her, we're like, hey, why is your hair red?
Hi,
It won't exist anymore.
Do you
I'm
want to
not
talk?
Not gonna look you in the eyes, but I want to know how you feel. You want to talk about it?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I agree with Alex. So, like a lot. I mean, I know really nothing much about Hawaii, so
Yeah.
But a lot of these stories definitely have some culture, Hawaiian culture to it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it interesting because it's so different than like you would get culturally in like mainland America.
Yeah.
Because Hawaii's got such a different history. So you just got all these like islanders that have lived there for hundreds and hundreds of years, and Hawaii didn't even become a state until 1959.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that we probably don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or understand for sure,
Yeah.
but
It's got like influences from Japan.
That's
Yeah.
the other thing too. A lot of Japanese influence, which I never would have guessed.
But I like sticking away from sticking true to our word and saying the tales less traveled because you could have talked so much about Pearl Harbor and everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's like stuff that you would have never thought to hear of.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know
Yeah.
I definitely did.
This was a fun one.
Yes, thank you for joining. We'll figure out very shortly where we'll be traveling to next. But
If I make
Brooke
it
and I
there.
need to get back on our sailboat and
get a sail away. But before we do that, Boo, do you want to give the travelers a little
Yes.
insight on how to get in touch with us?
you can follow us on Instagram at taleslesstraveled. Facebook is Tells Us Traveled, and Twitter is TL Traveled. And if you want to send us a nice email
You might hear a response from me.
at tellsustraveled@gmail.com.
Specifically Alex.
Specifically me. I like to kind of take over.
Alex is
Unless I catfishes Alex.
Alex is the nicest
We'll
one.
see.
This is true. I'm not the nicest one.
Aw,
we
we
not
saying
the
all
nice
nice things
people.
about each other.
Aw.
Aw, I love you guys.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Wow.
Scrappy, are you going to be coming back with us?
Scrappy has to go find his owners somewhere here in Hawaii. We gotta take him back somewhere. Okay. Thanks, Scrappy, for being such a good boy.
Yeah, well, I look forward to the next podcast. Brooke, good luck in your future endeavors.
Of course.
I'm trying to rummage my way home. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll find each other again at the next location.
Alright, guys, we should be seeing you in hopefully 2 weeks.
2 weeks on
My,
a Thursday?
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm sure we can find a.
You gotta
specific
allow
date.
2 weeks
travel time
after
for
the
me, though.
Yeah.
after the 12th.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we'll
Eastern
figure it
Standard
out.
Time. My turtle's waving to me, so I gotta go.
Yeah,
okay.
Alex, I think your ship's coming.
Oh,
Your yacht.
are you guys all leaving?
Brooke,
Yep.
our sailboat. We gotta
my
get going.
God.
And I'm gonna take this rock,
Can
and I'm
you
gonna leave.
signal Greta that we're ready?
She's hanging out. She's hanging out in the botanical garden.
Look, she's waving at me with her pigtails. I see you, Greta.
Meanwhile,
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Good evening, everyone.
I'll be like,
We're back.
all right.
My name might not be Jenny, but I'm still a bitch from the block.
It's good.
Please, I hope that makes the outtake.